Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm your host, Derek Schomer, and this week we're going to start the week with a Texas tea. This is a submission from Arnold, and I'm rolling solo today. Jennifer's kind of busy, and this show's actually being taped after all the other shows, so it's really confused. But with that, let's see how this goes. This is really hard to do all by yourself, by the way. So what we're doing today is the Texas tea, which has all this crazy alcohol. Now, it can be made as a punch. That was what the original recipe called for. It was like 2 ounces of everything, a whole soda, and you're good to go. That, a little too much for us here, because we like to partake in some of the cocktails, and having that much left over, it's either going to waste or we're going to have a hard time the next day. So I cut down the ingredients to a ½ ounce instead of 2, so that's a big decrease. However, because they're all a ½ ounce besides the soda, it was really easy to reduce that size down. So make it a size that you like, you want. You have a party, like 6 ounces. I don't care. So what we're going to do is we're going to stir all these. And, well, let's just go down the line. We're using Tres Generaciones Reposado. We're using Don Q Crystal, or Cristal. Cristal sounds like a champagne. Silver rum. We're using Givine. Let's see, this is the Noison gin. So it's more of a London dry gin. The Combier La Original Orange Liqueur. This just came in here. Whoa, you'll see that in our Orange Liqueur episode. We've got Devotion Vodka. This is the vodka that's infused with proteins. We've got Knob Creek Bourbon. You might have seen that on our bourbon episode. So if you want to see an Orange Liqueur with this and a bourbon with that, go to alcoholsbyvolume.com. And this has a little floaty in it. I don't know what that is, but I'll just avoid it. That is sweet sour mix, homemade sweet sour mix, which is, this recipe uses Narfer, who I believe was Marius on everydaydrinkers.tv. So that recipe has 2 ounces of simple syrup, 1 ounce of lime, 1 ounce of lemon. It's got just a little extra bite of sweetness, but yet there's still good sours in here. So let's start making this recipe. We're going to just pour it into this bottom of the Boston shaker, stir it up, and then we'll pour it over a nice ice Collins glass. I think that would be wicked cool. So let's start going. I'm just going to go down the line. That way I don't get too confused. We'll throw that at the end because that's to top it. We're not going to really, we'll put that in later. So, unfortunately, it's hard to see anything with all this craziness. Oh, and I think Jennifer's home, so she might be able to help me out later. Let's go with my measuring glass. So we're going to start right with a ½ ounce of the Tres Generaciones Reposado. See, we'll stuff that there. What we're going to do is, you could use silver too if you want to. I just like the flavors. All right, so I'm a little out of breath because I forgot my measuring cup. So we're going to do, and I kept the tape rolling. I'm solo. ½ ounce of the light rum. ½ ounce of the gin. Now you can use whatever ingredients are best suited for you. Personally, I picked the ones I liked, plus ones I've never had. Now, I probably have had it, but not at the time of this recording. Ooh, it's thick. It's got that nice little pour stopper on there. That's always a good time. And we're going to throw the ice in now. Heck, you know. Since it's stirred, we might as well get some of that stuff chilling out. We'll do our ½ ounce, almost, of vodka. And, you know, one of the things I found out through doing the show early on, and some stuff I'm still learning, is that some of the more natural ingredients, like the natural sweet sour, like the homemade sweet sour mix, is gonna make a huge difference for you. So if you're typically buying that stuff because it's fast and you're having a party, you're gonna get what you pay for. And I think in that, you're really going to get something that's good. You'll still get a good cocktail, but you won't get a great cocktail. Let's see if I can get that floaty out. There we go. You won't get a great cocktail. You start sticking your fingers in it either. So I equate it to, you could serve people frozen burritos instead of a big Mexican meal, or you could serve them, pre-made sauces, or you could go and buy like a Prego brand or whatever. They're going to say, nice meal, but they're not going to probably be like, this meal is awesome. So use your natural ingredients, you're going to get a different reaction. They might want to come over again, like soon. So there we go. Stir that up. Then we're going to pour in the soda. Now I'm going to really use this for color, and there's a hint of sweetness. It's a big waste because I don't drink regular Coke. Give it a tea-looking color to it. Stir it a little bit more. It's already getting cold, so that's good. And then we're going to pour it over ice. So in that case, you probably don't have to be as drastic about your stirring, where you might be if it was a martini glass, because you have to deal with, there's no ice in the martini glass. So you still are going to get a chill out of this. There you go. That is a Texas tea. Thank you, Arnold. Very similar to Long Island iced tea. Bourbon. A little different. Still, that oak still kind of cuts through. Good burn, good potency, warms the belly. Does it taste like tea? If you put like a Jaeger or something that has more organic tastes, you'll probably get more tea. It tastes maybe like almost like a sour tea. Little hints of sweetness, but there's still a good gripping sourness from it. So it depends on the type of tea you have, I guess. I've never been and had Texas tea. I don't know if I've even been to Texas. So you got that going for you. So that is the Texas tea. I also wanted to read off a comment from Pete. Bam. After it connects to the iTunes store. This Wi-Fi thing is just crazy. Let's see. Pete on the Cape. I wonder if it's Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Writes, I received an iTouch for Christmas and have been addicted to your podcast from the moment my brother suggested it to me. Word of mouth, awesome. You have opened my eyes to many new and different drink concoctions and that are oh so delicious and nutritious. I'm not sure about the nutritious part. This, along with my new hobby of buying brands of alcohol I would have passed on otherwise, like Tito's Vodka, Weed Sweet Tea Vodka, Try the Weed in Water, or Michael Phelps 1 ounce. There's a recipe in here. You can go read it if you want to on iTunes. Let's see. Please keep teaching us how to drink my favorite new line, and I would love to see some cocktails using Canton ginger liqueur. Keep up the good work. That's awesome. If anything, recipes like this, although over the top in most cases, they kind of bring something different to the show. You get to see all kinds of brands, interact with them, look for the better brands. Try it with, the cheaper brands if that's what you had and now you've been watching the show and you're buying like all this crazy stuff, and make them both ways to see what you like better. If you like the natural sweet sour, or if you like maybe the more the high fructose corn syrup version of it. But there you go. That is the Texas tea. Thank you, Arnold. I'm your host, Derek Schomer, and we're teaching you how to drink.